Oh my god! They killed Kenny!
You bastards!
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 deaths of Kenny in South Park. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we'll be looking at the most iconic ways that Kenny McCormick has bitten the dust. As such, there will be a few spoilers down the line, as well as some pretty mature content. So, you have been warned.
Oh my god! Phonics Monkey killed Kenny!
Number 10. Death by syphilis.
Well, believe it, friends. The impossible has happened. Kenny has a girlfriend.
You'd think that Kenny's life would be on the up after he got himself a new girlfriend. He's even elated over the fact that she's regarded as the slutty type. However, his dreams of receiving oral sex behind a TGI Fridays come crashing down when the Jonas Brothers convince her to start wearing a purity ring. Stuck inside a monotonous and celibate relationship, things could not look bleaker for Kenny. That is, until the episode's end, where we're told he did receive that dream blowjob.
What say you and me go to TGI Fridays?
Woohoo!
Only to die of syphilis as a result. Guess Cartman was right about girls' mouths.
Woman's mouth is the most germ-ridden place on Earth, I said. Statistically, the most unsafe place for a man to put his penis, I said.
Number 9. Death by tampon.
Woohoo! Woohoo!
It's easy to forget that despite all the violence and foulness that befalls them in every episode, Kyle, Stan, Cartman, and Kenny are still technically kids.
Well, welcome to the club, Kenny. You got your period, so now you're a man. We can hang out together on New Year's Eve. But first you need to buy some maxi pads to stuff in the back of your pants so you don't get blood on your underwear.
Nowhere is this better shown than when they mistake a bleeding anus for being on your period. As a growing stomach infestation spreads through South Park, the boys remain blissfully unaware and revel in their supposed maturity, even going so far as to stick tampons into their rectums.
Tampon? What's a tampon? Ew, doesn't that hurt?
Which does not work out so well for Kenny, as the eventual buildup of pressure leads to yet another bloody farewell.
Whoa, dude!
Number 8. Death by space station. While this rather simple death, by South Park standards at least, does lead to the rise of a zombie horde, we can't ignore just how funny the opening scene is. While two Russian astronauts get into an argument, rather fittingly about Halloween, they end up causing the Mir space station to malfunction and come crashing down to Earth, crushing Kenny in the process.
Oh, Stuhl. Stuhl.
Of course, no one seems to be that bothered, at least until Kenny's corpse gets reanimated and he ends up having to be killed yet again.
Oh my god! I killed Kenny! You bastard!
Yikes, Kenny did not get off easy in this episode. Number 7. Death by laughter.
I'm a little piggy, here's my snack. Oink, 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 oink.
We all shared in the laughter as we watched the obnoxious Cartman get what he deserved when he initially went up against Scott Tenorman, who showed the entire town a video of Cartman acting like a pig in order to try and win back his money, which he originally spent buying pubic hair. Kenny finds this so funny that he literally has an out-of-body experience and passes away from it.
Oh my god, I killed Kenny!
Maybe that's for the best, since he didn't have to witness the horrific revenge that Cartman dishes out when he later tricks Scott into eating his own parents.
Nya, 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 nya. I made you eat your parents. Nya, 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 nya. Jesus Christ, dude!
Number 6. Death by antacid tablets.
Kenny, how many of my dad's mints are you gonna eat? Jesus.
Ooh, that's a nasty way to go. While everyone in South Park is divided over the state of their obviously racist flag and whether or not to change it, not to mention the rather creepy premise of Wendy having a crush on Cartman, Kenny does not manage to give his side of the argument due to a sudden case of exploding.
Kenny ate all the mints, Dad.
Oh, those weren't mints, those were antacid tablets.
Oh.
After mistaking antacid tablets for mints and eating way too many of them, he rapidly starts to bloat and explodes in a rather gruesome fashion. While we're all left in shock, everyone else seems to find it rather funny.
That was a good one.
Number 5. Death by Mr. Jefferson.
Alright, thanks a lot for helping us, dude. Yeah, sure, whatever.
South Park has never been known to hold back when it comes to controversy. Case in point, Michael Jackson. Presenting himself as Mr. Jefferson, the boys become good friends with his neglected son, Blanket, and decide one night to sneak him out and swap him with a random lookalike.
Alright, dude, get in his bed.
All right, but you guys owe me for this.
Dude, whatever, at least you finally get to do something.
The plan seems to go off without a hitch, until Mr. Jefferson bursts into the room with his face falling apart.
My blanket! Let's play, blanket!
No, wait, I'm not Blanket.
Wanting to play with his son, he swings the lookalike around before tossing him up so high his head smashes into the ceiling.
Oh my god, he killed Kenny! You bastard!
Number 4. Death by autoerotic asphyxiation.
I don't want to go into too much detail, but you choke yourself with a belt around your neck while masturbating dressed up like Batman or something, then you pass out from lack of air, and apparently it makes your orgasm super awesome.
Leave it to Southpark to mask clever commentary with dark comedy. In order to divert blame from themselves, male scientists justify sex addiction as a disease rather than individual actions.
I'm sorry, boys, but I'm afraid you three have tested positive for sex addiction.
What? Oh no!
This eventually leads Kyle, Butters, and Kenny to be diagnosed with the condition and are warned that should they continue down their path of non-existent sexual exploits, they will end up dead via autoerotic asphyxiation while dressed as Batman. As it happens, Kenny decides to give it a try, and wouldn't you know, it doesn't end up working too well for him.
Kenny?
Number 3. Death by Ozzy Osbourne.
I remember when I was just starting out, Chef suggested I buy a pompadour hat. I thought he said, bite the head off a bat. So I did.
To be honest, anything featuring the godfather of heavy metal is bound to be awesome, even if it involves decapitation. In an obvious reference to the legendary singer's tendency to bite the heads off live animals during concerts, Kenny becomes something of a substitute for the usual bat or dove.
I was going,
Dummy, it's real. I'm the what?
Still, this is probably one of the deaths that Kenny can be most proud of, since now he has an unusual spot in the Heavy Metal Hall of Fame. In this case, he just so happens to have earned it by getting his head bitten off.
Oh my god! Ozzy Osbourne bit Kenny's head off! You bastard!
Number 2. Death by drowning in pee.
You've got just over 500 people out there. That's 332 people about to pee in your water!
Considering Kenny ended up dead in nearly every single episode, you can understand that audiences might become complacent and expect it. But in true South Park fashion, the creators kept upping their game by delivering unexpected deaths. While at a water park and consequently without his typical hoodie, Kenny is just another face in the crowd as the park is suddenly flooded with urine. As we see lifeless bodies wash away with the pee tide, Stan immediately recognizes one of the kids as Kenny. While he's left in a state of shock, we're left in fits of laughter.
Oh my god, they killed Kenny!
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
Dude, the video game gave Kenny a seizure. Ew, this game rules. Jesus Christ, look out! Oh my god, they killed Kenny. You bastards. Listen, we have to give a huge speech tomorrow about corporate takeovers. Holy shit, we killed your friend. Yeah, look. Oh my god, they killed Kenny! You bastard!
Number 1. Death by baked potato.
Holy shit, dude! Ah, shit!
The South Park movie gave us some of the franchise's greatest gags. It also gave us Kenny's most hilariously memorable death. Considering he spends most of the feature wandering around hell, he'd have to kick the bucket first in order to get there.
Oh my god, you killed Kenny!
While getting set on fire via a fart is funny enough, the real treat comes when the doctors try to save his life and accidentally replace his heart with a baked potato. They manage to buy him 3 more seconds, but then his chest explodes. It's as gory as it gets, but you'll end up laughing your ass off all the same.
Son, I have some bad news. We accidentally replaced your heart with a baked potato. You have about 3 seconds to live.
Ah, f***ing weak, dude!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.